Hello, I'm sharing this dream with you guys because this dream that I had, 5/17/15, which was also May, um, 17/15, like I had the earthquake dream. I also had that in May as well, which is kind of weird. So I wanted to share this with you. It's kind of creepy, but this is like what happens on the other side of the world when the huge earthquake comes and the 3 days of darkness sets in. So basically, I was on this like light rail train riding through the hills and the mountains and the streets. And I was with some friends, so I was there, but nobody could really see me. And I'm recording this, and you can't see me because I haven't been feeling good lately. So just bear with me, I'll be fine. But on here, I was on the light rail train and we were no one could really see me because I was yelling, hey, with my friend. I was like, stop ignoring me, and they never responded. They never turned and looked at me, but I was just following everywhere they were going. And so it was sunny outside that day. It wasn't bad like weather or anything, and we ended up getting off at this I guess park recreation area where it was outdoors. And so the time range was between like 4 and 5, I guess. And there was people outside playing basketball, tennis, all kinds of things. Just normal day, people in the park. And so it wasn't close to dark yet. So as people were playing and outside, the sky all of a sudden started to get dark, and these orange fireball looking things were coming out of the sky, and it was getting closer and closer. And everybody like stopped in amazement. They were like, whoa, whoa, look it. So they were actually, instead of running away from it, they were running to it, which was like the wrongest thing to do. And as it got closer, it was like dark orange, blackish brown. And I'm going to show a picture what these things look like after they came out of the fireball. So when you're looking, you just see like fireballs coming, and you don't know what's in the fireball because it hasn't hit the ground or anything. And so it's coming so fast that black smoke is coming off of the fireball, and all of a sudden it makes a swoosh, swoosh, swoosh sound, and everyone was like I said, running to it. And I'm gonna show a picture as well, like what it looks like, what the tail of the fireball ends up looking like. So it kept flipping and forming into something. So as it was turning and turning, it started to take shape and form. And what I mean by shape and form, it wasn't just a fireball. So before it looked like a fireball coming out of the sky, but when it was getting closer, it was shaping and forming into something. And some people ended up freaking out like at the last minute, but it was like too late for them to start running the other direction. That's how close it got. And all of a sudden it was like this huge tail, and these things, these creatures, they were enormous. They, with their tail, was so long that it would like latch and stick into you and pull you, like as if the martial arts where they have those chains with the balls or chains with the daggers, and it can hook onto you and yank you. That's like what their tails were doing to people. And you just heard people screaming utter horror. And like, I was looking still, but I was like off to the side. Oh, excuse me. And they had like black wings, and their tails were like a black tail. And so the people were there, and after whatever they were doing to them, because these creatures had like crazy, like razor sharp long teeth. And after they were doing what they were done doing whatever they were doing to them, they literally left burnt. They were just like ashes. I can't even explain. They were just left into ashes. And then their tails were going grabbing someone else. And it was crazy because it was like these people tried to run when they noticed what was happening, and their tails would just like catch them from running and pull them back straight to them. And not that many people could see me. Well, no one could really see me. And then there was more like coming out. I can't even explain how many fireballs were coming out. It was miles of fireballs coming out. So, and they were just, people were in mid stopping their basketball game and running, and then the sky, it just began to get like dark, as it was like burnt orange yellow. It started to get darker and darker and darker. And these fireballs were coming so super fast. Like if you were running to it, you had no time to turn around and run away from it. It was like really scary. And so it was just excruciating, like their pain when they were screaming. And then they were just burnt to ashes after they were pulled. And you couldn't really see what they were doing to them, because I didn't want to stick around to just keep looking. But I was there to look. And it was almost like, in this Days of Sodom and Gomorrah, where the fire touches down and he says, "Do not look back." The people that looked back stopped. They got sucked into these fireball demonic entities, and they were huge. They looked like those skinwalkers, and except their eyes were glowing red, reddish orange. Their eyes were like piercing, and it was crazy. So then from there, I was then taken back on this weird bus again. Well, it was a light rail bus. It's more like a train, and no one could see me. I was being carried off into the deep, nasty, dirty, like, I don't know. There was all these waters. I was in the ocean, and there was these baby looking like tadpoles, but bigger. Their bodies looked like tadpoles, but they were big, like big as my hand. And they had these razor sharp teeth, kind of like piranhas, but they weren't piranhas. I can't even explain what these things were. And their eyes, they were like black, demonic, just pitch black. And it was just crazy. And so they were like fallen human creatures with ears looking like gargoyles. So they had bodies, but they weren't like, that's why I say they weren't piranhas. And their eyelids were glowing throughout their eyes. Even if their eyes were closed, you could see them glowing. And so when they closed their eyelids were showing through like a goldish, yellowish, orange, fiery color when their lids were closed as well. I didn't see any other creatures like fish or any other kind of fish. I just saw these things, and they were very evil looking. And then you could see these things, they were growing, like having babies. And you could even see, they could sense you. Even if they couldn't see you, they would sense you. And I was so very close to them. It was so real, and it was too scary. As I got closer to different ponds and lakes and oceans, because I was traveling through these things, and I wasn't even in the train anymore. It was just weird. I was like in the water. I was like taken so close, and I felt like I was going to drown, but I can't even explain it. And so when I was in these waters, it just reminded me kind of like of Lake Tahoe or something. It was so creepy. There was no dolphins, no walks of mammals or fish life, and it was nothing but demonic creatures in these waters. It was like very breathtaking, and in a creepy way. And it started to make me wonder why I was, why they were falling down and these things were falling out of the sky, and how they were multiplying. And then I was carried deeper down into the deeper part, I guess, of the ocean or the lake waters. And these things look like huge squids, octopus like things, but their heads were not shaped like octopuses. They were shaped more like a squid like. And they were bigger than any whale. And I'm talking about the big whales. I'm not talking about a killer whale. I'm talking about any whale. They were bigger than that. And they were standing straight up, and they were like a reddish, pinkish, purple color. And they had these very red eyes. They had several eyes on their head. It was more than one. And it was waiting to finish. When I say it was standing upright erect, just staying there. It was like they were all next to each other, waiting, like they were downloading or doing something, waiting for something. I remember when I was being brought to this creature, I was shaking because I was like trembling with fear in my dream. I was so close to this enormous creature, and their eyes were everywhere on it. I can't even explain it. And so I was being carried so close to it. I was shaken with fear. But these things were seeming like they were waiting to be told to do something. Like they were in a dormant sleep, but you didn't want them to see you. Like you just could feel like they would completely devour you and whoever was with you or whatever you were in. I mean, these things were massive, and I mean huge. And so that dream takes place, I guess, during the 3 days of darkness with the fireballs. Now, when the dream changed and I went into the ocean floor, I don't know what that part is about. And I know that there's other movies like Clash of Titans and so on, and the part 1 and part 2, the Wrath of the Titans. And these creatures come out of the water. Now, also in the Bible, there is scripture that talks about beasts coming out of the water. So I don't know if that was part of it, but I just wanted to share this with you. Take care. God bless you guys. Love you. And I hope and pray that you are saved and you are close to God and you have repented your sins and have been water baptized. And I just pray, because there's so many people that think there's so much time left and there is none. There's so many people that think Jesus is not coming right now, but he is coming. And there's so many people that they're just so into their daily life routine that they cannot pay attention to the signs of the time. And they don't think, oh, no, he's not coming now. And there's some church people that just think as well that everything what they're doing now is okay and trusting man before God, which is not correct. It's wrong, completely wrong. I pray for you guys, and I hope you pray for you, your families, your friends, and your loved ones. And just take it up to God, even in my dreams or anyone else's dreams. And he can probably reveal it to you to let you know, confirming it is true. Last week here, we've had turquoise, deep turquoise blue, red skies. And it's always like around 8 something, between 8 and 9, closer to 9, but when it's getting dark and the sky's been really red. And I remember in a previous dream I've had, I say that Jesus said, pay attention to the red skies. I know there's no more warnings going out. So that red sky is a complete warning that he's coming soon, very, very soon. He said, pay attention to the red skies and you'll know I'm coming. And I can link the video where I said that, because there's 2, where it was the complete words from Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ's words. And there was a warning that went with it. I will link the video, a copy, in the description box, and you can look for it there. We are having red skies, dark blue, reddish skies the past 2 weeks. Not every single day, but last week, the end of April, it started, and this week, the first week of May. Take care. God bless you. Love you.